So guys, in today's video we will be talking about the top 5 speedsters that must appear in the final season of The Flash, that being The Flash Season 9. So if that sounds interesting, let's hop into it. Yo, what is going on guys, Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 9. Now, first things first, I'm sorry I've been away for quite a while now. I've been very busy lately, but videos should start to become more consistent going forward. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, anyways, as I said, for this video, we will be focusing on a top 5 once again, and this one doesn't really have any particular order. It's just the 5 speedsters that I want to see appear in The Flash Season 9. Now, obviously, The Flash has started filming for its final season, its 9th season. And yeah, the countdown is starting. They're obviously filming episode 2 right now. And we're slowly getting there, and we're slowly progressing to that end. But regardless, everyone's excited for this final season. It's going to be one hell of an emotional journey, and with this emotional journey and with the final season obviously comes returning characters that you would want to see. Now, I do realize that I've done a video talking about the characters I want to see appear and return, but for this video we will specifically be focusing on the speedster side of things. So these are the speedsters I want to see appear in The Flash Season 9. Now, obviously, this ranking will not consist of like the most obvious ones that we are already expecting to see, because there is no doubt that we will be seeing Bart, Nora, and Jay Garrick for the final season. It's going to happen. So for this video, I will not be focusing on like those types of speedsters. I'll just be talking about like the returning characters and all like the, the juicy characters we haven't seen for a while, if that's how we should word it. But yeah, before I go into this ranking, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. Now, yeah, as I did say, this has no particular order, it's just a simple top 5. So kicking off with number 5 spot, obviously it's Kid Flash. Now, I really want to see Wally West return because he was just such a great character, especially this newer characterization we had with Season 6's version of Wally West. We had this new characterization Eric Wallace gave him when he appeared on Season 6, and he had some like, new cool abilities, new traits. You see him like more mature, like he knows what he's doing. And it would be cool to see more of that, maybe see him have more tricks up his sleeve as well. That would be really cool. Obviously, I've said this before as well, I would love to see him interact with not only Barry one last time, but characters that we've not seen him interact with, such as like Bart, for example. That would be a really cool interaction a lot of people would love to see. He did interact with Nora in Season 5, but obviously this version of Nora we're having right now is a quite different one. So you could obviously say that we want to have Wally interact with this new version of Nora as well. That would be really cool. But obviously, we should have Wally back. He's a species that we haven't seen in so long. And showrunner Eric Wallace has expressed multiple times in interviews how he did try to bring Wally back for the past few seasons. However, was not possible, I believe, due to schedulings with Keenan Lonsdale. And Eric Wallace did express in a recent interview, this was after The Flash Season 8 finished, I believe, but he did say that he was going to do his best to bring Wally back for the final season, which I personally think is very likely that we are going to see Wally, considering that this is the last season of the show, and it won't really make too much sense if we do not have a character like Wally West appear in the final season for the show. So yeah, at number 5 I do have Kid Flash, and hopefully he is a speedster that we could see return. Now at number 4 spot, once again, as I said, this is not in any particular order, so this is why this character is at number 4 spot, but it's obviously Zoom. Now, I don't really need to explain this. This is a character everyone wants to see return. It's been teased last season with that Godspeed article. Eric Wallace's favorite Flash villain is Zoom, and he has expressed multiple times that he is trying to make it work, and hopefully he did make it work, because it's the final season. We need to see these returning characters again. Hopefully Zoom is one of them in the list. Now, it will be interesting to see in what way they will bring Zoom back. How will they be able to fit Zoom into whatever story they're trying to tell? Obviously, it would be like an interlude episode or something like that, because I don't see how else they could fit Zoom in. I could be wrong about that. Maybe Eric Wallace has found a much more creative way to bring Zoom back, but it will be interesting to see what they do with Zoom. And obviously this is post-crisis as well, so it will be interesting if we do get some changes with the character as well. Maybe some things we've seen in season 2 have changed, so that would be very, very interesting to explore. But I do personally think that we have a very good chance of seeing Zoom returning, as he is definitely a fan favorite speedster, not only amongst the fans but Eric Wallace himself. So Eric Wallace is very committed to bringing Zoom back, and since it's the final season, this is pretty much the best time to bring a character like Zoom back. So hopefully we do get him, and it would just be insane to just see Zoom back. And I do think it's a very high possibility as well. Teddy Sears has expressed that he would love to return as Zoom as well. So with all of that taken into consideration, obviously Zoom does need to be considered becoming a returning speedster for the final season. Now, next up at number 3 spot, I do have the Reverse Flash. Now, obviously, this not being Tom Cavanagh's Reverse Flash, this is Matt Letscher's Reverse Flash. Once again, this has been a character I've been talking about a lot on the channel recently, but this is a character that must return. The story will make absolutely no sense without the Reverse Flash being included in it in some way, shape, or form. Whether that be for like the interlude episodes of the season, if we do get interludes, I don't know if we will, or with him being the final main villain for the final graphic novel. And bear in mind, as I said, this should be a younger version of the Reverse Flash. I've said this before in different videos, but if we are getting Reverse Flash, it must be a younger version of Eobard Thawne, one that has not lived through the events of seasons 1 to 8. And it must be a Reverse Flash that's only just figured out the identity of Barry Allen. So somewhere around like the timeline of that season 2 Reverse Flash we saw, where he knows which time period Barry is from. Now he knows that Barry Allen is the Flash. We need a Reverse Flash like that to continue this, or just establish this rivalry in general. And this is obviously very, very crucial, because it's a very, very pivotal point to the Flash's story. It's pretty much the villain that starts it all. He is the Flash's arch enemy. He's the one that killed Barry Allen's mother. We need him to kill Barry Allen's mother. So the Reverse Flash must be a character that should return for the final season. Otherwise, the whole storyline behind Nora Allen's murder, as well as the rest of the events leading up to not just season 1, but even beyond, will make absolutely no sense. So we do definitely need to see the Reverse Flash in some way, shape, or form. Not Tom Cavanagh's, because obviously he's dead now, but we do need that younger version of the Reverse Flash officially stepping in. Now, at second place, I do have Godspeed. Now, Godspeed wasn't really a villain I was a fan of in The Flash Season 7. I do think that he was a really, really butchered character, but I do believe that if we do get Godspeed for the final season, he could be a character that Eric Wallace does redeem. Eric Wallace has pretty much redeemed multiple characters this past season, so he will most likely be able to do it with Godspeed as well, if he's been able to do it with the other characters. But also, I do think Godspeed deserves a second chance. He was not that great of a villain in Season 7, but whenever he appeared before, I know it's a clone, but it was really cool seeing Godspeed. It will be really, really cool to see Godspeed regardless. But also, it would be really cool to bring in that article that was teased in Season 8 as well. I think that would be really cool, having Zoom and Godspeed teaming up, destroying Central City. I think that would be really, really cool. Zoom is obviously locked up in Iron Heights, or it could have been Argus. I can't really remember. I'm pretty sure it was Iron Heights, but we could possibly see a breakout happening, and we could potentially see Godspeed appear, and that would be pretty cool. Although I'm not really that enthusiastic about this, I don't really mind if he doesn't, but it would be really, really cool if he does. And obviously this is him if he is redeemed. I don't want to see Godspeed appearing, going, "Come to daddy, my children, tag, you're dead." I don't want to see that Godspeed. I want to see a more threatening Godspeed, a less cheesier and a much less cringy Godspeed. But At number's one spot, now this isn't a character we have seen before on the show, but it's been a character that's been teased, and that is Max Mercury. Now, obviously, this was a character that was teased in Season 8, Episode 15, if I'm not mistaken. It was when Barry was obviously meditating, he's using the Still Force, and he sees the future. And then that speedster was teased, that obviously being Max Mercury. Now, it would be really cool to bring in a new speedster, however, I don't know how possible that would be, considering that this is the final season. So the priority really is ending the character stories that we have right now. It's all about the Flash. We need to wrap up the Flash's story. We need to wrap up everyone's story. So I don't know if bringing in a brand new speedster in the final season would be the best move to go for. They could absolutely do it, but I don't know. It could be a risky move, but it would also be pretty cool if we do get a new speedster appearing. And since he has been teased, I do think it would be cool if we do have Max Mercury appearing. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below which speedsters you guys would love to see return for the final season of The Flash. Or it doesn't even need to be a returning character. It could obviously be a character you want to see appear. So it could be Red Death, it could be, I don't know, it could be Cobalt Blue if they do go for that. It could even be Savitar. It's up to you whether that be a returning character or a new speedster that you want to see on the show. Be sure to let me know. I will read all of the comments in this video. So yeah, be sure to engage in the video. It does really help grow the channel as well. So be sure to do that. But yeah, guys, I will see you all in my next video.